Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's reading is going to be about what you are reclaiming in this lifetime. So just take a moment to sit with these cards and allow your intuition to guide you as to which card or cards you feel most drawn towards. And for our first card here, we have this lepidolite, beautiful crystal. For our second card, we have this lovely pyrite. And for the third card, we have this rainbow bismuth. So just take a moment here to meditate with these cards and feel free to pause the video if you need to. But allow your intuition to guide you towards which card or cards you feel most drawn towards. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading about what you are reclaiming in this lifetime. So we're going to go ahead and reveal the card that you chose. This card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. So we're going to go ahead and take a look here. So this card that you chose is the King of Cups. So what this really tells me is that you're beginning to reclaim your sense of emotional security in this lifetime. Perhaps you've been through a period of turmoil, or perhaps you've had quite a bit of uncertainty in your life that may have caused you to really take a good hard look at how you react emotionally to certain circumstances, maybe certain challenging circumstances. But this is truly a beautiful card. And what this really tells me is that you're beginning to create a solid emotional foundation for yourself. You're learning how to keep the calm within the storm, if that resonates with you. But you're beginning to have a much more grounded emotional perspective, and really being the authority over how you react emotionally in certain circumstances. This really tells me that you are beginning to cultivate a greater level of emotional strength and resilience, and really becoming a leader in your life in some specific role. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have a actual leadership role, but this is really taking the lead and taking back your inner authority about how you react to certain situations, and really learning how to comfort yourself and to be there for yourself within certain challenging situations. And also, I could kind of see this as being a strong masculine figure, and also providing a sense of grounded security for others emotionally as well. But always take this reading as it resonates with you. But I think you're learning how to tune into your emotional masculine superpowers, and learning how to use that energy to really serve you in the best and highest possible way. I really feel like you've possibly really struggled in the past with remaining grounded and steady within challenging situations, but I really see this as you're taking your power back, you're taking back your inner authority, and learning to stay calm and to stay centered within the challenges that always tend to come to us in this life. And I really feel like you're becoming a greater and sovereign authority over your emotions, and perhaps providing leadership qualities and a stable foundation for others who are possibly navigating difficult emotional experiences. But I really feel like this is a beautiful, radiant energy, and I really feel like you've come a long way, and you're really reaching this point where you can really sit back and take it in, and provide that structure and that loving groundedness within whatever situation you're currently going through, or perhaps you're reflecting on the past and really kind of understanding why things had to happen the way that they did. And I feel like this card is really just it's providing that comfort and that love and that stability for you. And I feel like you're really learning how to embody this masculine energy in a very healthy and loving kind of way. So I'll go ahead and get a few more tarot cards here to kind of explain and to represent this energy in a little bit greater detail. So we're going to go ahead and get a few more tarot cards here, and we're just going to see what energies you're reclaiming in this lifetime, and what you're really strengthening, and what you're incorporating into your energetic embodiment in order to maybe reclaim something that maybe perhaps in a past life or a previous experience you may have felt like it hasn't necessarily been the strongest for you. That's really the whole message of this reading is perhaps this is something that you're growing and cultivating and developing at a greater level to strengthen and to expand. So you're definitely reclaiming and strengthening your emotional stability and your emotional strength within this lifetime. But we're going to go ahead and get a few more cards as well here to really explain that a little bit more. So the first card that we have here, we have the Three of Cups. We also have the High Priestess. And we have the Hermit. So I just want to make sure that you can see these cards here. And I'm going to probably move these around throughout the reading. I just want to make sure that you can see everything here. Okay, so I really feel like with this Three of Cups, I think that you're also reclaiming your sense of community and your sense of community and your ability to lean on others and to receive support from others while also providing support and collaboration with a community as well. I see this also as emotional feminine energy, and I really feel like this energy is your ability to come together and to collaborate and to celebrate with others, and really embodying that lighthearted feminine energy. And I see this as you are beginning to strengthen your emotional foundations, and you're becoming a sovereign emotional being, and learning to really own your emotions, and to own the way that you express them in a mature and solid way. But I also see this as you're learning how to receive support from others as well, to come together and to perhaps discuss things that maybe are or aren't going so well for you in your lives, and just receiving that nurturing love, that nurturing support from other feminine energies, and really coming to find a sense of community, of sisterhood, of really just receiving that love and that emotional support when things don't necessarily go to plan, and just having that love, having that stability and that comfort can sometimes be extremely beneficial in a lot of ways. And I really feel that you're strengthening your emotional capacity to cope with certain situations, and to really handle things in the most mature and healthy and productive way possible. I really get just beautiful radiant energy from these cards here, group one, and I think that you're coming to realize that we do need other people in this life, and we do need support. We do need sometimes to share our feelings, to celebrate our successes, to and also to celebrate other people's successes as well, and to be part of something greater than ourselves, and to really allow ourselves to feel loved, to feel held and supported, and to also do that for others as well, because that ultimately helps us come back to our sense of inner strength and our inner emotional foundation for ourselves, and to really keep things more to keep things flowing in a much more healthy and dynamic kind of way, if that makes any sense. We also have the High Priestess here, which really tells me that you're really coming back into your own sense of connection with sacred knowledge, with the feminine cycles of life, with really the mystery of existence. And I think you're really learning how to tune back into your intuition as you navigate perhaps emotionally challenging experiences in this life. I think you're really learning to trust that intuition, to trust that divine calling. I feel like you're very highly intuitive and spiritually connected. I really sense a lot of divine feminine and divine masculine energy within this reading. I think these energies are very well balanced for you, group 1, and I think that perhaps by building this solid foundation for yourself, and by learning how to trust yourself at a deeper level, and learning how to maybe lean on others a little bit more, and to cultivate that greater sense of community, collaboration, or like a family, or a sisterhood, or some type of supportive community. I think you're learning how to trust yourself at a deeper level, how to trust your intuition, and you could possibly be interested in the esoteric arts. Maybe you're also a reader, or you have some kind of energetic spiritual gift that you're reclaiming in this lifetime, learning how to share that with others, learning how to have the confidence to embody that and to express it on your path within this life, and learning to really tune in to really learning how to tune in to the unseen energetic forces that are always around us within this universe. And these aren't necessarily things that you can really articulate or explain, but I think that you experience them, that you feel them, you know them, and it's something that you're working with at a deeper level, trusting that intuition, trusting that divine guidance. And I really see this also as you are cultivating a greater sense of beauty, of fertility, of just that sacred divine feminine. And I think you're also learning how to rebalance these things. And I think it's really interesting also, because we have the 3 of Cups here, and then we have the Hermit. I think you're also learning how to balance the energies of going within. I think you're learning how to also go within yourself, and to really to navigate the internal waters of your soul. I think that in a lot of ways, I think that as you go through this process of your spiritual awakening, of strengthening your intuition, of strengthening your emotional sovereignty and your emotional abilities to be able to handle life, to be a solid foundation, and to be your own support system, as well as relying on the support of others. I think that by going within, and by exploring your intuition, by exploring the spiritual gifts that you're cultivating, I think that by taking some time away, a period of rest, a period of retreating from the world, perhaps, I think that you are really learning how to balance all these different aspects of yourself. And like I said, I'm really feeling that there's this balance of the masculine and the feminine energies here, and also with the inner world, and with the outer world, and the connection to community as well. But I think that, like I said, having this balance is extremely important for you. And I think that like I said, you're learning how to trust yourself at a deeper level. You're learning how to rely on yourself and to rely on the support of others as well. And I think that you're also exploring new sacred knowledge. I think you're perhaps maybe doing a lot of research. You're really creating your own reality, manifesting your own reality in a beautiful and divine way. And also just allowing yourself to be held and supported, and also knowing that you have what it takes. You have the inner strength, and the you have that beautiful, nurturing, loving, divine and masculine energy always available for you. And I think you're really learning how to harmonize those, and how to trust yourself, and to really see the path of your life as a beautiful opportunity for growth, and learning how to learning how to feel that divine connection at an even deeper level. So I hope that made sense, but I'm going to go ahead and get some oracle cards here, and we're going to get a little bit more information about what you are reclaiming in this lifetime. So I'm going to go ahead and get some cards from the Moonology deck, and we're going to go ahead and get a little bit more information about what you're reclaiming. Okay, so we have the full moon in Aquarius and the full moon in Gemini. So I think this is really interesting, and I just want to make sure that you can see these cards here. And I see that we have two full moons in air signs, but I'm going to go ahead and discuss the full moon in Aquarius first. But the full moons they're a time of things beginning to come to illumination. Things are coming to a point of things are beginning to come to a point of fullness, of full illumination, and the intentions that you've set out into the universe are beginning to manifest. And this is a time to really have gratitude, and to celebrate what you've accomplished and what is coming to light for you. Things are beginning things are beginning to become revealed and illuminated for you at a very deep and powerful level. So with the full moon in Aquarius, Aquarius is a sign of innovation, of the spirit of the visionary, of being part of a collective community, a collective consciousness, but also being an individual, and being a unique individual within the collective, and kind of expressing those ideas and that creative spirit that you have, and also understanding that you're part of a greater cosmic consciousness, and really feeling that connection to the beyond, to the galactic intelligence, and really just being unique and authentic within a greater energetic community consciousness, if that makes sense. But this card is asking you to be real. And how I really interpret this is you're learning how to trust yourself, and learning how to I think that in this lifetime you're learning how to take care of yourself, to trust your intuition, to rely on the community, but to also rely on yourself as well. Having that balance between those two opposing energetic forces within your own internal being, and within the external as well. And I think this is really asking you to trust what you're learning, and to trust what you're cultivating, and to know that you can follow this unique path, that just because it might be a little bit different or a little bit unconventional, this is a beautiful representation of the Aquarian energy and the Aquarian archetype. Being your true self, being your unique, authentic self. And allowing that to be expressed and to be shared with others, and also knowing that the right people are going to celebrate you and to recognize you for your unique gifts and for the energy and the for the energy and for the love that you really have to share with this world and to share with those who can really see it. And I think that you have a beautiful light to shine, and you really do have you really do have a special and unique gift. I really want you to know that, because these cards are just so beautiful, so radiant, and very high vibrational as well. I think that you're coming into a time that, like I said, you're learning how to trust yourself and to trust your own unique vision, not being afraid to hold back. And even if you feel a little bit awkward or a little bit eccentric or weird, then I want you to know that that's completely okay. That is this reading is actually being recorded during the time of Aquarius season also. So that might be relevant for you. I also just wanted to say that you may have astrological placements within the signs of Aquarius or Gemini that could perhaps also be your moon sign. But either way, it's all good. And like I said, just take this reading as it resonates with you. But I think you're really beginning to step into your own unique divine expression of authenticity and of of realness and coming into fullness in your life as well. I think that the things are that you're really beginning to come into that point of that full illumination, that full embodiment of your your unique authentic expression. And like I said, really trusting that divine intuition, that those divine and sacred masculine and feminine energies, and being that supportive provider for yourself, being there to hold yourself and to nurture yourself through the tough transitions in life, and also being there for others as well, and being there to inspire others to come into their own power, to follow their intuition, to trust that higher divine guidance that connects us to the forces beyond and to the dimensions beyond this 3D reality. And really just turning within and finding that calm within the storm, that inner centeredness, and in to know that you do have a beautiful gift, and you have so much unique creative energy to share with this world. And we have we have the full moon in Gemini here, and the sign of Gemini is all about that duality. It's the sign that's often represented by the twins, and that just that idea of duality, the polarity of this life. And I think that this card, it asks us to embrace the flow of life, that full embodiment, that full illumination of really learning how to harmonize the duality within and within us and without as well. I think that this is really asking us to harmonize the opposing forces within ourselves and beyond ourselves. And this could be, I really see this as harmonizing the divine masculine and feminine energies, as well as the energies of within us and around us, the individual and the community. Doing something to really balance these energies in a healthy and productive, harmonious kind of way. Embracing the flow of life, I kind of see this as taking action, but also surrendering and letting things go. That's very much masculine and feminine energy. The doing and the being. I think this is putting in the work, putting in the effort, but also surrendering to what the ultimate result is going to be after we've done all that we can do. But really surrendering and knowing that there are greater forces at play that we can't necessarily always wrap our heads around. And the things really do have a way of working out for the best. And I think that with this energy that you are currently reclaiming, I think that things are ultimately going to bring about a beautiful end result for you. And I think you're really learning how to stand in your power, to trust your intuition, to learn how to remain calm and centered when life throws challenges at you, and to also know that you can trust your loved ones, your community, to be there for you, to help you move through the challenges of life, and to also inspire you, and to just hold you, and to so you know that you're not alone within this journey. And also when things begin to off oftentimes when things begin to feel like they're too much, you can always come back to that sense of center within yourself as well, and to really turn within, and to to follow that intuitive calling that asks you to maybe to do that shadow work, to really take time to meditate on whatever the current situation is, and to know that you have what it takes to figure this out, and to really just sometimes just to go with the flow, and to not um we have this fixed energy and this mutable energy here, and I kind of see that as being another balancing aspect of putting in the work, and of holding the vision, of remaining dedicated and persistent, but also allowing that surrender and that fluidity within your energetic field as well. So I hope that made sense. But I'm really seeing that we have this very powerful lunar energy here, and with this High Priestess card, and we also have these two full moons. So I think that perhaps you're very connected to watery, intuitive lunar energies. I'm getting that energy very strongly from this group here, and that's also embodied within the King of Cups and the Three of Cups energy as well. Um, that that intuitive, emotional energy. But we also have the energy of Virgo here with the Hermit. We have the energy of the moon, and we have the energy of the sign of Virgo. So I also just wanted to mention that you may have astrological placements within the sign of Virgo, or Gemini, or Aquarius, or lunar energies also might be very important for you as well, especially, like I said, because we have these two full moons here. So I'll go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and get a few more cards from our Woodland Wardens deck, and we're going to see what else you are reclaiming in this lifetime. Okay, if you can see these. So we have the Ram and the Dahlia, determination, and the Bear and Cedar, leadership. Okay, just going to maybe move these around a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to read these descriptions from the book because I think they really help further explain these energetic themes in a little bit more detail. So if you give me just a moment. Okay, so the first card that we have here is the Ram and the Dahlia, determination. The Ram and Dahlia is a card of action. The ram charges up the mountain with steady determination, removing any obstacles with its strong horns. The dahlia is known for its persistence. It produces flowers in the summer and well into the fall, outlasting most other blooms. You have the power to accomplish your wildest dreams. While others may tire or lose interest, you are persistent and will see your ambitions through. What am I most determined to accomplish? When have I worked best alone, and when have I benefited from another's help? So I think this is very interesting, and I think that you really do have a lot of strong and determined energy within you. I think I think you really have that, maybe some of that fixed Aquarius energy as well. I think you have what it takes. You have that tenacity and persistence to see a goal, to see a vision through until the end, to really to hold that vision and to really put in that consistent hard work. And I think that perhaps also maybe maybe you're on the path of studying some new subject, or you're beginning to work on some project that you know is going to take a lot of time and energy and effort. And um, so you could be working on something that's going to take a lot of time, energy, and effort. And I think that this is possibly going to, like the card said, it's going to continue to hold that vision, to remain persistent and dedicated. And it also asked, when have I worked best alone, and when have I benefited from another's help? And I think this is very much related to that Hermit energy and that Three of Cups energy as well. Going within, but also learning to allow yourself to be supported and assisted by a larger community as well. Um, Friendships and like-minded individuals who want to support you and uplift you. And I really feel like you're, like I was saying, maybe you're pursuing a new course of study, or you're expanding your education, maybe studying some kind of esoteric practice, some kind of spiritual path. And it is going to require you to remain persistent, dedicated, and determined in order to really accomplish that goal. And I think that while you are on that journey of pursuing that path that you're interested in, it's also going to ask you to remain calm and stable and centered within yourself. I think that I think that you're really learning that there's always, kind of like with this card here, embracing the flow of life. I think you're beginning to know that there's always that there's always going to be that ebb and that flow. It's kind of with that, it's kind of similar to those lunar energies as well. Things are always going to be fluctuating, and there's going to be challenging times, and there's going to be easier times. And if you can remain if you can remain calm and centered, and allowing yourself to feel confident in that inner authority role of your life, and centered in that healthy masculine energy, and also within that divine feminine intuitive energy as well. I think that, um, allowing those ebb and flows to happen is also going to assist you in that path of pursuit. And while you're on that path of having to put in that hard work and to stick with something that might not necessarily be easy, but it's something that I think that you are very passionate about, and something that you want very much to manifest within your life and in your reality. So I really get a strong energy here of that leadership energy and that leadership quality about you. We have the bear and the cedar here, leadership. And the bear and cedar calls us to be powerful but benevolent, embodying the qualities of a great leader. Bears are emperors of the woodland and guardians of the forest. Paired with cedar, a plant known for its healing, protective, and cleansing qualities, this card invites us into mature authority. The spirit of the bear is guiding you to leadership opportunities and reminding you to rule with fairness and care. How can I be a better leader? Who can benefit from my knowledge and experience? So I think this is very interesting here. And these are both, I kind of feel like the ram and the bear, both like very, very strong, and very strong, stable, and they kind of have that sort of masculine leadership energy about them. And the ram, this kind of reminds me of Aries energy a little bit here too. But I kind of see that idea of the leadership role as being very much related to this King of Cups and this High Priestess. I think you are beginning to become the inner authority of your own life, and maybe also your gifts, your knowledge, and your expertise is beginning to also help others as well. That you're beginning to come together collectively as a community to inspire each other and to uplift each other and to kind of learn from each other's strengths and weaknesses, and to know that you can create something beautiful together, and to really shine your light brightly, to really show that all of us have a unique gift to offer, and we all have something that we can share with others, and something that we can learn from others. And I think that you're developing a greater level of inner strength within yourself as well, turning within and really doing that, taking that time to meditate, to reflect, and just kind of maybe take a step away from the outside world for a while, finding that balance and harmony, and really learning and acknowledging what your special talents are, and what what gifts what gifts do you have that may help uplift and inspire others as well. And I really feel that this is some kind of spiritual intuitive gift, and this could even be the energies of becoming a parent. We have that, like I said, that divine masculine and feminine energy coming together to create a beautiful new existence within this reality. And I kind of I kind of feel that this King of Cups and this High Priestess, I kind of feel that they are working together and they are collaborating in order to create and manifest something very beautiful, something very special, very radiant, and just they're coming together to create this miracle, I feel. And I think that you have qualities of both of these energetic archetypes that you are really beginning to reclaim in this life, and learning how to share that with others, learning how to trust yourself, and also learning how to trust those who want to help you and want to support you and uplift you as well. And also, I think that you're becoming a leader in your own way in your life, both for yourself and for others. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this reading with a few more cards from our Work Your Light Oracle deck. I'm going to go ahead and get a little shuffle here and see what else you're reclaiming in this lifetime. Okay. So we have Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms, and Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. So I just want to make sure that you can see these. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read these from the book to get a little bit more information. I think the descriptions within this book are very very informative, and they really help explain the energies in a very interesting and beautiful way. So let's see here. We have the Council of Light. Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. The Council of Light is a team of benevolent beings who are here to assist the raising of consciousness of the planet. They are here to help you achieve your soul mission and are guiding you every step of the way. However, because we live in a world where free will reigns, they cannot help you without your permission. If you would like their assistance, it is time to ask them. They can help with all kinds of requests. Nothing is too big or too small. Think of them as your personal team of helpers in the spirit realm. They are willing and ready to step in. They are willing and ready to step in and get to work. What would you like help with? What tasks would you like to delegate to them? The Council of Light is a team of ascended masters, light beings, angels, and guides devoted to the rising of Earth and all of humanity. If you are a light worker, it is from them that you receive your personal mission. Like a spirit world, United Nations, they want to thank you so much for doing this work and devoting your life to uplifting the planet. Pray to them for clarity and guidance regarding your personal mission. Put in your requests and let them get to work. Very interesting. Okay, so I really feel that you are, whether you believe in these spirit guides, this council of light, I think that you have this, you really have this divine connection and this very spiritual, intuitive ability to connect with these higher realms. And I really see this, I really kind of see this as similar to this high priestess energy as well. You have that ability to tune in and connect with connect with these higher vibrational energies that could be in the form of these spirit guides, these ascended masters, whatever resonates with you. But I think you have this spiritual connection and this ability to call in that divine assistance. And I think this is also kind of showing you that you can trust yourself, but you are also, you're divinely guided. You have that connection to these other realms and these higher dimensions with these loving beings who ultimately they do want to help you, and they do want to help you on your soul mission. And they know that you have a very special energy, a very special presence, and you have the qualities of being a leader and of standing confidently in your power, of remaining centered and remaining grounded throughout the challenges of life. And I think that they know that these gifts are not something that have come about easily. I think it's something that you've really had to take a lot of initiative and put a lot of work into. I definitely don't think, I mean, maybe it has for some people, but I think for a lot of you, this ability to remain calm, to remain centered, and to trust that intuition, and to really allow yourself to move with the ebbs and the flows of life. I think that these beings in the higher realms, I think that they know that it hasn't necessarily been an easy journey, but I think that they're extremely proud of you for following your intuition and for following this connection that you feel. And I think that they know that you are going to inspire and uplift so many others, and how we all have our own unique part to play within the divine orchestra of life. And I think it's funny, I literally wasn't reading this, but it says divine orchestration. And yeah, I think that you are learning the part that you have to play in all of this, and really stepping into your power, owning your own unique divine expression of your gift. And I think it's really working out for you in the most beautiful way possible. And I think that you're learning to trust yourself and to know that you are always divinely guided, and you can always turn to spirit, to your spiritual team, to the energies that are above and beyond, in order to receive a greater level of guidance, and also a way of maybe recognizing something within yourself that you didn't see before, or the puzzle pieces kind of coming together. It's really difficult to articulate this specific thing that I'm trying to say, but I think that you're learning that you don't have to do it alone. That it's important to remain strong, and to remain an individual, but to also know that you are part of this you are part of this greater divine orchestration as well, and that you have these helpers, you have these beings who are who are wanting to help you and wanting to guide you. And I think that you're very much deeply connected to them, and I think they feel so much love and so much so much joy and appreciation for you and what you are currently on the path of cultivating within your life. Okay, and then the next card that we have here is Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Akasha exists in the fifth dimension in the library of souls. All soul contracts, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information of the past, present, and future, and can tap into it at any time. While we have free will, there are also points on the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned. Soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It could be a company you chose to work for, a relationship you plan to have, or a person you agree to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it is divinely guided and will not bypass you. If you are waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey, and you are exactly where you need to be. This is very exciting indeed. It is time to call in the support of your helpers, both in the physical realm and the spirit world, to trust the signs coming, to take note of your dreams, to notice any feelings or visions that you receive. For you are tapping into the wisdom of the Akasha, and you are being given the go-ahead to proceed. So I think this is very beautiful, and this really tells me that you are extremely divinely supported, and that you really are on this mission of the soul. And I think you, in this lifetime, you're reclaiming that divine connection, and you are reclaiming that sense of inner authority within yourself, that trust in your own unique divine gifts, in your intuition, and your ability to turn within and to also turn to the support of others, and to allow yourself to be inspired and uplifted, and to also inspire and uplift as well. That I think it's that idea of balancing the divine masculine and feminine, and the internal and the external, and to learn how to really trust the ebb and the flows, and the sacred cycles of life, and also to know that you have what it takes. You have everything it takes: the determination, the will, the persistence, and the leadership qualities to do something very powerful and influential within your life. So I'm going to end your reading here, group one. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here. It's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. And if this reading resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. And also, if this reading touched you, I also wanted to know that I would very much appreciate it if you would consider leaving a tip. But as always, it's something that's never expected, but it is always very much appreciated. And you can find out how to do that in the description of the video. But I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much. Hello, group two, and welcome to your reading about what you are reclaiming in this lifetime. So we're going to go ahead and reveal the card that you chose. This card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. So we're going to go ahead and take a look here. So the card that you chose is the Seven of Wands. So what this really tells me is that I really think that in this lifetime that you're really learning how to reclaim your own sense of self-protection. And this card can oftentimes represent feeling like you have to defend yourself, or like there's a lot of external energy coming at you all at once. Maybe there are other people in your life who don't necessarily agree with the way that you choose to live and embody your own unique path. Perhaps you're feeling like maybe you have to be a little bit defensive in certain situations, or like people don't necessarily resonate with you or agree with your lifestyle choices. And I think this card is all about coming back to that sense of center and and knowing that you are on the right path for yourself, and only you will know what's best for you. But oftentimes other people don't really see that or resonate with it fully. But I think this card is really calling you to trust that inner knowing and to trust that inner divine guidance. And like I said, only you will know what's best for you. But I think this is asking you to remain calm and centered, to stand in your light, to stand in your power, and to trust that divine calling, that divine guidance that you that you feel and that you connect with at a deeper level. And to not let others scare you away from your dreams, to not let, just because others don't necessarily agree with your choices or your lifestyle, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's wrong. But I think more than anything, this is asking you to stand calmly, to stand firmly in your light, in your power, and your strength, and to not let yourself be deterred or rocked off center of what you know is best for you and what your true calling in this life is, because you will know it better than anyone else will. And not not to let yourself be not to let yourself second guess what your soul is truly calling you towards just because someone else doesn't like it or agree with it. This is about defending yourself and um, remaining centered and remaining stable within your own sense of your spiritual evolution, your spiritual path, and yeah, just defending what you believe in, defending the life that you want to live. And this isn't necessarily um, that these people are threatening you or they are causing harm to you. I mean, obviously, I think you should take this as it resonates, because that could be the situation for someone. But I think that this is asking you to protect yourself, to protect your energy, and even within the imagery here, this woman is kind of remaining calm and centered within her little energetic bubble, protecting her energy, protecting her divine strength. And I think this is asking you to really remain centered, and to not let other external forces deter you from walking your path, from living out your vision and manifesting your dreams. I think this is asking you to really remain strong and grounded within this passion that you have. And whatever life is calling you towards, whatever that may be for you, I think this is really asking you to stick with your passion, to stick with your calling, and to not let other external influences keep you away from that, or to discourage you from manifesting those dreams. So we're going to go ahead and get into some more tarot cards here to get a little bit more information about what you're reclaiming in this lifetime. So I'm going to go ahead and give these a little shuffle here, and we're going to see what comes out. So we have a few more cards. I'm just going to see what we have. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. I'm going to arrange these in a second, but we also have Eight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So this is very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of try to arrange these so you can see these cards. Okay, so with the Seven of Pentacles, this really tells me that you're taking the time to invest in your future, that whatever you're passionate about, whatever this journey that you're going through in this lifetime, that this is extremely important, and that you ultimately are investing in your future. You're creating a new life for yourself, and that this isn't necessarily going to be something that happens overnight. It's not going to be something that gives you those instant results, instant gratification, but it's going back to those seeds that you watering and nourishing every day, um, in a slow and steady type of way. But I think you're planting those seeds, and you're knowing, you have that knowing that it's going to require that patience and persistence, that hard work and dedication. And I think you know that if you continue to show up for this dream, for this goal and this vision, that it is something that's going to manifest itself. And I think Spirit is really asking you to stick with it, to remain persistent, and to maintain that devotion and that tenacity in order to see this goal and this vision through until the end, and to not allow yourself to be discouraged by other external forces who might not necessarily want you to succeed, or who are maybe worried that this isn't the right path for you, or that who who may be on different journeys themselves, and may not necessarily, um, these other external forces, they may not necessarily resonate with you or vibe with you, but that's okay. And I think that you can lovingly distance yourself from these other external forces, and to remember that you are watering your own garden. You are taking care of your own special needs, and that's not necessarily going to be the same as it is for others. But I think you kind of have that higher vantage point view of reality, and you know what's best for you better than anyone else does, like I said. And that you have to protect your energy, you have to protect your own journey, and to know that it's not always going to resonate with others, or be something um, just because it's for you, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's for them. And that that you don't necessarily need to worry about what other people think, or about what other people say. But I think that you do need to remain calm, centered, and focused as you water those seeds, as you nourish those goals and those dreams that you have for yourself, and to kind of put your blinders on, and to stay in your own lane, to water your own garden, and to know that you are on the right path. And it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks or says, because you know what's best for you in this life. And if you allow yourself to be divinely guided, and to tune in to your intuition, and to what Spirit is calling you towards, you're definitely going to manifest a very beautiful reality in the long run. But I think it's important to keep at it, and to, like I said, to remain persistent and devoted to this dream that you have, and to know that it isn't going to manifest or happen overnight. It will require hard work and dedication. But I think with the right mindset, the right persistent attitude, and that belief, and that faith in yourself and within Spirit, I think that it's definitely going to come into full bloom, into fruition, in the best and most beautiful kind of way. And we also have the Five of Wands here, which tells me that you may be experiencing some internal or external type of conflict. And this can often be like a competition, or some type of ego clash or power play. And this doesn't I kind of feel like this probably has to do with this external type of situation, where you feel like you have to defend yourself, you have to stand up for yourself, and maybe defend your way of life, or the type of journey that you're going through, in order to grow as a soul, and to develop this passion and this gift that you have, and something that you're having to put hard work into, and something that I feel like you're truly investing in this future goal. And maybe you're not necessarily where you want to be immediately, but I think that you ultimately are working towards this in a slow and steady, practical way. But maybe it feels like these external forces are coming at you, and requiring a lot of defensive type of energy. And I think when you can kind of take a step back from that, and come back to this calm, centered state, I think it's really going to help you distance yourself and detach yourself from this drama, from this conflict, and um, just allowing yourself to take a deep breath and to know that things are going to work out, that this conflict is something that's going to be temporary. And perhaps these other external forces, these other people may feel jealous of the gift that you have, and maybe something about your light makes them feel threatened in some kind of way. Maybe they have their own work to do on themselves still that they may be neglecting. And it's not to say that anyone is better or worse, but I think that everyone's kind of working through things at their own pace on their own time, and that perhaps your gifts and your light and your unique expression maybe makes them feel threatened or defensive themselves in some kind of way. But I think coming back to that true inner knowing of who you are, and of of the gift and the beauty that you have to offer this world, and that inner trust in your intuition, in your creativity, in your value, that I think that you are going to be able to detach yourself and distance yourself from this internal or external conflict about feeling judged, feeling threatened by other forces, and knowing that you have that inner strength and that ability to rise above the trials and tribulations of whatever this may be. But I think it's extremely important to hold the vision, to keep the faith, and to know that you have everything it takes in order to manifest this dream and to cultivate this reality for yourself. And we also have the King of Wands here, and this is all about standing in your inner authority, owning your power, owning your light, and knowing that you have what it takes to also to be a leader and to be confident and courageous in order to create this dream that you want. This is really passionate, creative energy, following that divine spark that you have within yourself, and also knowing that you have what it takes to fight for your dreams and to defend yourself from the darkness and from the shadows in this life as well, from those darker forces that may possibly be making you feel threatened or inadequate or insecure in some kind of way. But yeah, like I said, standing in your light, your strength, and your power, and believing in yourself in order to see these goals through until the end, and just having that courage to keep going and to know that you can really rise above the darkness and rise above the drama also. Do not let yourself be pulled down or discouraged by lower vibrational energies that may feel threatened or I don't know, just not really respecting your own sovereignty or your path that you're on, your own unique divine path. Yeah, just being able to rise above those darker or more low vibrational energies or people that want to pull you away from that light and that vision and that quest that you're on. But standing in your strength, your power, and your sovereignty in order to defend yourself boldly, proudly, and confidently, and to know that you have what it takes to be the leader and the authority over your own life, and to accomplish these dreams and these goals that you have. And that because you have such a powerful and special gift, that there are going to be people that are jealous and who aren't necessarily going to resonate with that. But that's okay, and that's just the way it is sometimes. And like I said, keep coming back to that sense of center within yourself, and know that you have everything that it takes in order to create this dream, and that eventually eventually you're going to rise above all of this. And I think you're definitely on your way to doing that. And we also have the Eight of Pentacles here, which tells me that it's kind of, I think it's kind of related to the Seven of Pentacles energy too. You're kind of slowly working and chipping away at this goal that you have. And I kind of see this also. Maybe you're enrolled in some kind of course of study. Maybe you're in school, or you have some kind of craft that you're working towards and working on. And it's something that's just going to take time and persistence. And I think you're taking that deliberate and conscious action in order to work towards whatever goal that may be, and just putting in that dedication and that persistent hard work in order to bring it into full fruition. And I think you're taking that inspired action in order to create this new reality for yourself. And I think maybe this could also be about maybe you've come from a situation where you felt a sense of financial lack, or a lack of material abundance. And I think maybe you're slowly investing in your future and putting in the hard work and the dedication in order to really become that leader and that authority in your life, and taking control of your creative forces, taking control of your finances. And I could see this as starting a new creative project or financial goal that is ultimately going to help you into being in a state where you feel more grounded, where you have more abundance and more security, where you can really enjoy some of the luxuries in life, and not feeling like everything has to be an uphill battle, or like you constantly have to defend yourself from other people who don't necessarily resonate with you or see things in the same way. But I think once you kind of distance yourself from that, you kind of focus on the hard work, and you kind of take you kind of see things from a higher vantage point. I think you really are going to be stepping into this power and stepping into your light and your own unique gifts that you have, and really knowing that the right people are going to find you, and they are going to appreciate you and acknowledge that you have a very special gift, and you're on a very unique and different path from others possibly as well. And that's completely okay. And this life would be very boring if everyone was always doing the same thing, and um, doing the same things, and kind of always conforming to the same sort of specific path in life. And I think you're kind of deviating from that, and maybe that makes other people feel threatened or insecure in some kind of way. But I think you just need to stay centered, and to kind of to rise above that as much as you possibly can. But I completely understand that it's not always easy, that it is going to occasionally cause some inner conflict and turmoil, internal or external. And it's just going to ask you to come back to that sense of centeredness, groundedness, and that trust in your intuition and in spirit to continue to guide you forward, and to know that you have everything that it takes in order to manifest this dream, and to take your power back, and to reclaim your own inner sovereignty and authority. So I'm going to go ahead and get some Moonology cards here, and we're going to see what else you're reclaiming in this lifetime. Okay, we have just got a card, and we're going to get another one here as well. See what you are reclaiming. Okay, so we have the full moon in Leo and the full moon in Libra. go wild and find balance. Just going to make sure that you can see these cards here, trying to arrange everything. Give me just a second. Okay, so I think it's really interesting. We have 2 full moons here, and this reading is being recorded in Aquarius season. We're actually approaching our full moon in Leo in just a little less than 2 weeks. We just recently had our new moon in Aquarius, but I think it's interesting that this reading is occurring within this time frame. But it's also interesting how we have these 2 full moons here. And with the full moon, it's a time of things coming into full embodiment, full illumination, and things are really beginning to manifest. And this is a time of having that celebration and that gratitude for the intentions that you put out into the universe really coming into manifestation and embodiment. So the sign of Leo is all about stepping into your power, into your courage, and really having that inner authority role over your own life, and having the confidence, the courage, and that brilliant light to shine and to share with the world. And this card asks you to go wild. And I really see this as taking back that sense of confidence. And I really see this King of Wands energy kind of being very much related to this full moon and Leo energy as well. We even have the imagery of the lion here. And I also wanted to say that you may have astrological placements in the signs of Leo or Libra, but whether you do or not, it's all good. Just take this as it resonates with you. But the animal of the lion could have special spiritual significance for you as well. But I think this is really asking you to step into your light, to step into your power and your own inner authority, to have that faith and that centeredness that everything is going to be okay. And these people that you may feel are kind of coming at you, or you feel like you have to defend yourself from, I think this is really, I think by holding that light and holding that higher frequency, it's ultimately going to really push them away. Like I kind of see, I'm having the visualization of like mosquito repellent. It's kind of that light is kind of it's kind of blocking them out, and it's repelling them. And yeah, I kind of feel like it's kind of keeping those lower vibe energies and spirits away from you in a lot of ways. But you're going to have to hold your light, hold your frequency, and have that faith and that hope that everything's going to be okay, and it's going to work out in the best possible way as you follow your passion and you keep working on this dream, this goal that you have. And even if other people don't like it or agree with it, ultimately you have to follow your own heart as well. You have to really take that power back, and to remain calm and confident and self-assured as well, to really, to go wild and to celebrate yourself, to celebrate your strength and your power, and to know that you have everything that it takes. And that even while things may not necessarily be easy right now, that light is it's really like that mosquito repellent, and it's going to eventually keep those energies that aren't in alignment with you. It's going to eventually keep them away, and it's ultimately going to attract what is in alignment, and what what resonates with you. It's going to attract those higher vibrational energies, and the light is going to attract more light. And maybe not always necessarily. Maybe I also kind of have the imagery of like a light in the darkness, that all these little um, all these little creepy crawly bugs are sort of drawn towards it as well. But I think eventually you're going to learn how to defend yourself with strength, confidence, and it's not even going to be something that's difficult or necessarily a big struggle. But I think you're really going to shine your light and illuminate the things that aren't necessarily being healed or addressed. You're shining a light on that within the darkness, and I think it's ultimately going to show others that it's okay to be different. It's okay if you don't like someone or if you don't necessarily resonate with their message, but it doesn't have to be such a big deal, and it doesn't have to be such a dramatic or tumultuous sort of situation. But if you don't like someone, if you don't resonate with them, then simply just leave them be, let them do their thing and do your own thing. And just recognize that everyone's on their own unique path and their own unique journey. And that's part of the beauty of life. And that's completely okay. And we also have the full moon in Libra, find balance. And the sign of Libra is all about that concept of balance. Also can be about the concept of duality, and it can be about our relationships with others as well. And I think this is really asking you to find that balance between your own inner sense of authenticity, your own inner self, and also these external forces that you feel like you have to please others, or you feel like you have to put on a certain persona, or you have to play a certain kind of role in order to be accepted within a specific community or society. And I think this is really asking you to find that balance between your own inner calling and what maybe is being externally expected of you in a certain way. And just finding that sense of balance and learning how to do that harmoniously and effectively, and also doing that in an empowered and inspired kind of way, if that makes any sense. But I think this is ultimately helping you come into that full expression, full illumination, and full embodiment of balancing those internal and external influences, as well as standing in your confidence, authority, and inner strength and inner power as well. To not letting yourself be deterred from your vision, from your quest, and what you are passionate about in this life, what you are growing, cultivating, and really working on and chipping away one day at a time, step by step. And also realizing that maybe others aren't necessarily going to see those results of what you're working on immediately. And maybe that's part of the reason that you feel like you have to defend yourself and to stand up for yourself for living this passion and for continuing with it and pursuing it. But having that patience and that knowing that these things aren't going to happen overnight, and other people aren't necessarily going to see the results immediately either. And it doesn't even matter what other people think. That it's all about what lights you up. It's all about what you feel called towards. And the right people are ultimately going to see that and to resonate with you. And the right people are going to be attracted to you when you stand confidently and boldly in that power, and you don't let other people or influences keep you away from walking that path and from embodying your own unique energy and following your dreams. Yeah, but finding that balance between the internal and the external, and knowing that it's okay if not every relationship works out too, because they don't don't agree with you, or they don't resonate with your mission in this life. And that's okay. They're on their own unique journeys as well. And the right people and the right relationships are going to find their way towards you when you stand in your power and when you embody that inner strength. And when you have those, when you have those boundaries as well, and you stand up for yourself, and you let others know that you aren't going to settle for less than you deserve, and you aren't going to accept any kind of abuse or any kind of mistreatment as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some more cards from our Woodland Wardens deck. I'm going to get a few cards here and see what else you are reclaiming in this lifetime. Okay. We have the Coyote and Datura, Deceit. We also have the Spider and Passion Flower, Creative and Ingenuity. Okay. So I'm going to make sure you can see these. Move these around. Okay. Okay, so the first card that we have here is the Coyote and Datura, Deceit. In the Victorian language of flowers, Datura warns of deceitful charms. It's a beautiful flower, but extremely poisonous, and said to be an ingredient in the salve that allows witches to fly on their broomsticks. Likewise, coyotes are often depicted as tricksters known for their slyness and cunning. Beware of the charming stranger. Before opening up to someone new, consider what they may have to gain from your trust. Whom can I trust? How do I show others I am worthy of their trust? So I think this is very interesting, and I think this kind of has to do with that concept that I was talking about those external influences and those energies around you that might not necessarily be aligned with your highest good. And these relationships, these energies, I think that maybe potentially in certain situations for certain people, maybe these people, they kind of want to, I don't know, they kind of want to deter you from that path that you, that higher path that you're on, and being in alignment with your passions, and following those dreams that you have. I think that perhaps these external influences or relationships are maybe leading you to have a bit more of a lack of confidence, or they are kind of deceiving you into second guessing yourself and feeling like you have to constantly defend yourself and constantly be in a defensive kind of state. But I think that this card is really asking you to keep those strong boundaries and to be very careful about who you allow into your energy field, and kind of within this imagery as well of having that protective aura, that protective energetic bubble around you, to prevent these parasitic influences coming in and deceiving you, and having you second guess your worth, second guess your gifts, and second guess the path that you're on, that you know is best for you, and to remain centered and to remain honest, and to keep those firm and solid boundaries as well. Not to let anyone kind of trick you, or feel like you're not worthy of trusting yourself. if that makes sense. I guess I'm having trouble kind of articulating this, but knowing that you can always trust yourself, you can always trust your intuition, you can always trust spirit, and not to let any kind of external, lower vibrational, parasitic energies or influences deter you from walking in your light and working towards your dreams, and to know that there's always going to be others that may have jealousy or certain unhealed um, unhealed energetic expressions that they may be embodying and using as a way to maybe try to harm your energy in some kind of way, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think this is a great opportunity to uphold those boundaries, to protect yourself, and to remain centered and remain strong in your own power and in your own path. Okay, and then we also have the spider and passion flower, creative ingenuity. Spiders represent a balance of light and dark, cunning yet patient. They spin intricate webs that are both beautiful and deadly. The passion flower is a vining flower that has come to symbolize faith. Its filaments represents the crown of thorns. Its 10 petals, the 10 faithful apostles. You can solve your problems. You can solve your problems unconventionally and with cleverness. You need only you need only exercise patience in order to fully appreciate the results of your labor. How can I overcome the obstacle using my talent? When have I solved a problem using my I struggle saying this word, ingenuity in the past? When have I solved a problem using my creative ingenuity in the past? So, yeah, this is also saying to exercise patience in order to fully appreciate the results of your labor. So I think this is also very much related to this Eight of Pentacles and that Seven of Pentacles energy also, following that creative inspiration and also knowing that you have a very powerful protective shield as well. That it was talking about the spider's webs being a creative and both a creative and a deadly force. How you have the ability to create something that can be both a work of art, and it can also be this form of self-expression that also helps you take care of yourself, and it helps you keep those firm boundaries in place and in check also. But yes, following those passions and those creative forces within you, and just trusting that inner calling and that intuitive message that is coming into you. Now, I'm going to get some cards as well from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. So we're just going to finish this reading with a few cards, and we're just going to see what else you are reclaiming in this lifetime. Okay. Okay, so we have don't dim to fit in and mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Just going to arrange these so you can see them as well. Okay. So give me just a second. I'm going to read these descriptions from the book to get a little bit more information about the overall energetic meaning here. So, let's see. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Don't dim your light to accommodate someone else's smallness. We are all born to shine big and bright. The universe is expanding, and you are part of the universe, so expanding is part of your nature. If someone makes you want to retract, notice and slowly back away. They are not for you, and you are not for them. Better yet, find it within yourself to expand and shine your light anyway. Flowers don't open and close according to who is walking by. They open and show their beauty regardless. If others don't want to be around you or you make them uncomfortable, it's because you are shining on the fact they are dimming to fit in. By choosing to shine bright, you may just inspire them to turn on their light too, or not. Keep your light on anyway. All relationships are essentially an energetic agreement. The moment one person decides to start rising up and allowing their light to shine, it changes the energetic agreement and can create some waves. That's completely normal. The relationships that are meant to last will adapt to the change in energy. Others won't because they were likely born under the proviso of, I love you as long as you don't shine brighter than me. That's okay. Not all people are meant to be in your life forever, but the lessons they teach us can still live on. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So I think this is very interesting, and I really think it's very much related to this overall energetic theme of the Seven of Wands here. And I think that in this lifetime, you're really reclaiming that ability to set those strong boundaries and to not live your life to please others, to to not live your life in a way that dims your light in order to accommodate someone else's smallness. And like I said, knowing that other people aren't necessarily going to be in alignment with you, they're not going to resonate with your message in your path, but that is completely okay. And it's just going to take some time, I think, in order to work on this and to strengthen your own inner sense of self and authenticity a bit more. But I think you're definitely on the right path, and I think you are reclaiming that inner sense of authority and that courage and confidence to step away from those external expectations. And I think that you're also kind of learning to repel those more lower vibrational dark energies as well, who kind of want to suck your light and to suck your happiness. And maybe it's not necessarily a conscious thing that they want to do that, but I think that they may feel threatened by that light, and they may feel triggered by what you're embodying and what you're bringing into the world. And it's kind of showing them how they've maybe remained small as well. And when you can kind of rise above that and focus on your own work, focus on what you are cultivating and how you're investing in your future, how you're working towards your goals and working on your craft, and um, how you're really showing up and fully embodying what it is that you want to manifest, and how you want to be in this life. I think it's also really shining a light on your creative gifts, and um, what what you are truly passionate about, and how that also will inspire and uplift the right kind of people too. I think it's time to really focus on your expansion and shining that light as brightly as possible. And I think it's going to trigger the kinds of people who aren't necessarily in alignment and who feel threatened or triggered by that. I think they're eventually going to disperse. And once you stand in that power confidently and in a self-assured kind of way, I think those people are eventually going to not not mess with you anymore, as long as you're upholding those strong boundaries. But I think it's important that you are being persistent and consistent in doing so, in upholding those boundaries, and knowing knowing that the right kinds of people are eventually going to be drawn towards you, and they're going to help you stand more firmly in that and inspire you as well. And then our final card that we have is Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So, and I also think it's interesting. You can't necessarily see this, but these cards, they follow one consecutively after the other in this book as well. So I think it's kind of interesting too how we have that within with the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. I think that's just kind of an interesting synchronicity. But I'll go ahead and read the description of this card as well. Mirror, who or what is triggering you? The filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time, through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it's an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back to us what we believe to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. This card is guiding you to look closely at experiences or people, at what experiences or people are currently triggering in you and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? Could they be opportunities to heal something in you, or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? This goes for the good and the bad. The good, those who we admire and put on a pedestal. If we do not realize that we are attracted to them because we are like them, we will need to cut them down in order to rise to their level. The bad, those we despise, are envious of, and put down. If we do not realize that they trigger something in us, then it is still yet to be healed, and we will remain hurt and wounded ourselves. Who or what is triggering you? What is it in you that they are triggering? What part of you longs to be witnessed? So I'm kind of interpreting this card as maybe that these other people or influences that are maybe making you feel threatened, like you have to be defensive. Maybe it's not so much you that's being triggered by them, but they are being triggered by your light, by your unique path and the beauty that you have to share with this world. And I think maybe this is asking you to really take a good hard look at the types of energies and people that you are surrounding yourself with, people that might not necessarily be in alignment with your greatest and highest good, that may be deceitful or just kind of bring you down in a lot of ways. And I think that these external influences are possibly maybe triggering you as well by making you feel like you have to, like you're always on the defense, like you always have to stand up for yourself and implement these boundaries in like a repeated kind of way, maybe like they're always coming at you. But I think maybe this is asking you to really take a good hard look at the type of people that you surround yourself with, and maybe it's time to really to cut some cords, to cut some ties, and to really be honest and to really be deliberate about the types of energy and the types of people that you allow into your life and allow into your own inner world, and to realize that maybe those people are also triggering something in you as well, maybe making you feel like some, maybe drawing your attention to the more shadow aspects of your inner being as well. Maybe these energies are also teaching you something, that it's extremely important to reclaim your power and your inner authority, and to know that you have what it takes in order to navigate this life and this situation, and to know that the people you surround yourself with are extremely important. And maybe it's time to maybe choose a better and higher quality of friendships, of relationships, and people that inspire you and uplift you and help you become the best version of yourself, and people that also want to be around you and who want you to follow your own unique path and to follow your passions. To also know that we always have something that we can learn from these relationships, and even the perceived negative relationships or toxic relationships also have something to teach us, as it helps us strengthen our own sense of self and help us really learn where our boundaries are and how to uphold those boundaries and how to stand up for ourselves, and to know that you won't necessarily always have to do that forever, because I kind of feel like you're in the process of really sorting through what you want to be in your life and what you no longer do want to be in your life, and how you're in the process of attracting of a more you're in the process of attracting an energy that resonates with you and is more fully aligned with the path that you are now on, as far as living life in the best possible way, and really allowing yourself to shine brightly and boldly, and knowing that the right people are going to be there with you and are going to support that and are going to celebrate that. So I hope this reading resonated with you, and I'm going to end your reading here, group number 2. So I just wanted to thank you so much for being here. It's been an absolute privilege bringing you this reading. And if this reading resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. And also, if you felt touched by this reading, please consider possibly leaving a tip, and I will leave the information of how to do that within the description. But I also just wanted to say that it's something that's never expected, but it's always very much appreciated. And I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading about what you are reclaiming in this lifetime. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the card that you chose here, and this card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. So we're going to go ahead and take a look here. And this card that you chose, this card is the Page of Wands. So what this really tells me is that in this life, that you're really reclaiming your sense of passion and creativity. I think that you're further developing your ability to trust your passion and your creativity. And this card is also very much connected to the inner child, and how maybe when you were younger, you perhaps felt like maybe it was something that maybe it was discouraged maybe you were discouraged from following your passion or your creative gift in this life. And I think you're really beginning to trust that within yourself now, and you're really learning that you have everything that it takes to go for it. And even if it's something that maybe your parents or society didn't really, maybe it was something that wasn't really encouraged, maybe it was something that was a little bit different or eccentric, I think that you're really beginning to trust that you are on the right path, and that you can follow this curiosity and this new creative spark that you have, and whatever you're passionate about. I think it's something that's very important. That's very important for you on this mission that you have in this life. And I think that you have a lot of creative energy within you, and I think that perhaps your inner child maybe felt a bit conflicted, or maybe a little bit misunderstood in a lot of ways. Maybe when you were younger growing up, or even now. I think it's just that youthful inner child part of you that still has maybe a little bit of work to do, as far as learning to trust yourself, and to trust that power and that strength that you have in order to go for whatever it is that you truly want. And I think you're gradually beginning to do that, slowly but surely, in taking that leap of faith and following that inspired action in order to create the life that you want for yourself. And I think this is all about learning how to trust yourself, and learning how to really follow that path, and to trust that knowing of what it is that lights you up, what it is that you truly want to create and embody in this life. So yeah, just really going for it. And I think this like I said, this is something that's kind of further developing as well. It's something that you're kind of learning as you go and just really following where the path leads you. But I think this is all about doing that inner child healing work as well, about knowing that it's okay, that it's good to follow your passion, that this is a positive and beautiful opportunity for growth and for expansion as you continue on this journey. So I'm going to go ahead and get some more tarot cards here as well to get a little bit more information about what it is that you are reclaiming. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards, and we're going to see what it is that you are reclaiming. Okay, so we had quite a few cards that wanted to come out here. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups. We have the Lovers. We also have Justice. Just want to make sure that you can see all of these. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the High Priestess. So so far I'm seeing the energy of Gemini here with the Lovers, the energy of Libra here with Justice, and also the energy of the Moon here with the High Priestess. So you may have astrological placements within the sign of Gemini or Libra, or you may be very, very drawn to, or you may very much resonate with lunar energies as well. But anyway, I'll go ahead and begin discussing the Eight of Cups here. So I kind of feel like with this card, I feel like you're walking away from something that hasn't served you in the past. And I kind of feel that perhaps this could really have to do with maybe some self-doubt about your ability to trust yourself in following your passion and expanding your creative endeavors and your ability to trust yourself to create the life that you want, knowing that you have what it takes to follow that inspired action, and to also further learn and grow and develop that passion and the creative ability as well. And really, really allowing yourself to explore the possibilities of life and what you're truly capable of. I think that you're still in the process of growing, and you're kind of in the middle of this journey, I feel. And I think you're really walking away from that self-doubt, that lack of self-trust, and you're kind of moving on to bigger and better things, and just walking away from something that may have been painful, something that hasn't served you, and kind of walking away from this smaller flame and into the bright new beginning, into the new sunrise. I really feel that this is something that's going to be much bigger and much brighter for you, and it's really going to expand you and help you grow, help you heal, help you learn how to trust how powerful you are, to trust how much potential and how much beauty and strength that you have. And I really feel that you have so much creative potential and so much beauty, radiance, and passion to share with this world and this life. And I think you're really just walking away from a situation that was maybe limiting, detrimental for you, or maybe it made you feel stuck or imprisoned in some kind of way. But I really feel it's kind of that period of time, that chapter in your life is coming to a close, or it's going to be coming to a close soon, and you're really walking into a beautiful and bright new beginning. And I really feel that this journey it's kind of still in the process of happening, and you're moving on to bigger and better things, and I feel that this possibly could have been a painful experience for you, but I think you're in the process of really healing from that and really accepting that things kind of had to happen the way that they did for a good reason. And that's not to say that it was easy. I'm not trying to invalidate that or minimize that at all, but I think I really feel that you're kind of relieved to have left whatever this past was behind, or you're looking forward to doing that soon. And I think that it's something that has brought you, or is bringing you, or will bring you a great amount of relief in a lot of ways. But I think you're really walking into the light, and you're really following that passion and that inner sense of divine trust, and that trust within yourself as well, that you're creating a much more beautiful and much more aligned life for yourself in a lot of ways, aligning with that sense of self-worth and self-trust, knowing that you have what it takes to create and to manifest the life that you want. And we also have the Lovers here, which is, I mean, it's literally about love. And I feel that maybe after leaving the past behind, whatever that may have been, maybe it was a detrimental relationship or a situation that just left you feeling maybe very powerless or very incapable of handling this life, this mission that you have. Maybe I feel like it was something that kind of left you not feeling as not that kind of left you feeling disconnected from your power. But I think that now that you are beginning to return to that sense of self-love and self-trust, and maybe even calling in the support of a new partner, or re-strengthening a connection with a partner as well. I feel that you're also beginning to harmonize the energies of duality within yourself, balancing the divine masculine and feminine energies. And I think that you are just coming into a time where you have a greater amount of love and connection and support available to you. And this could be the energy of a romantic relationship, or perhaps even a platonic relationship. But I'm definitely getting very romantic vibes from this. And I think that maybe possibly you are cultivating or attracting a new relationship that is in greater harmony with your overall current energetic path. Maybe perhaps after leaving behind something that was a bit more damaging, detrimental, something that really left you feeling drained and depleted in a lot of ways. I think you're now beginning to step into your power and to reclaim your own inner authority over your life, and to also to find the strength within yourself, but to also know that that there is that sacred and divine balancing energy available to you as well, that you can tap into, and that you can learn to trust and to count on, to learn how to allow yourself to kind of strengthen and soften simultaneously, to strengthen into your own personal power and authority, to stand in your light and your strength, but also to let yourself soften, to be held and to be nourished as well, by maybe perhaps by a partner or another individual who strengthens you, who lifts you up and inspires you to continue on your journey of self-development, of self-discovery, and expanding your consciousness and your spiritual state of being. But I think that this person has a very positive influence on you, and if it is a romantic partner, I think this could possibly indicate that there is maybe the potential for a marriage, or maybe even coming together to create a child, or to cultivate a sacred and divine union together. in some kind of way. It doesn't necessarily have to be having a family together, but it definitely very well could be. I kind of see this as just, I see this as coming together in unity and in harmony in order to work with each other's, to work, to work effectively, and to work in a loving kind of way that honors your strength, both of your strengths and weaknesses, and kind of uses that as an opportunity to learn from each other and to grow and expand collectively as well, if that makes any sense. But I definitely feel like this relationship is uplifting you and inspiring both of you to grow and to develop in an even better kind of way. But I think that this is a continuous learning journey, and it's kind of an infinite process of growth and enlightenment. And I think that if we were to reach the end destination, it would kind of take the fun out of it. I think we're always infinitely growing and expanding, just like the universe, and it's something very beautiful. And I think that you can tap into your own power and strength, but also you can also um, rely on the strength and the um, the strength and the inspiration of another as well, to kind of to help you maybe see things from a different perspective, and to allow yourself to kind of soften and be a little bit more, to kind of flow with life a little bit as well. Yeah, just harmonizing the divine masculine and feminine energies in the most beautiful possible way. And we have the card of justice here as well, which is all about the karma of our lives. It's about balancing. And I also see this. I feel like these cards here, the lovers and justice, Gemini and Libra, it's very much about duality as well. And I think that I think that you're really coming into a time where the truth is really being revealed about where about the energies that you have been embodying, and about what you've really been cultivating in your life. And I think you're kind of being you're coming to a point where you are really reaping what you sow, and that could be for better or worse. But ultimately, I'm really getting a positive energy from this reading, and I really feel that by following your passion and whatever lights you up, whatever inspires you, I think that you are beginning to rebalance things in a better way. And as you walk away from the past, as you leave behind what hasn't necessarily worked for you, what hasn't been healthy for you, and maybe coming into this point where you are learning how to rebalance things, and you are learning how to you're learning how to both confidently and firmly stand in your power, and to have solid and firm boundaries. I think you're also learning how to soften as well, and to learn how to surrender and trust a little bit as well. And maybe like I was talking about with this with the idea of love, whether it be romantic or platonic. I think that things that you're learning how to maybe rebalance things with relationships as well, and really really learning how to embody a healthy relationship dynamic, and to also kind of rebalance the karmic energetic ties that you may have been a part of for quite some time. I think that this is also all about rebalancing karma, and about really about the truth coming to light, as far as what you've been attracting and embodying so far in this lifetime. But I definitely don't feel like this is a negative thing, but I think that this is asking you to really be honest with yourself, and to kind of recenter, rebalance, and maybe reevaluate some of the choices that you've made. But overall, I really feel like you are making empowered and inspired choices in order to live boldly, creatively, and to expand your level of awareness and consciousness, and to really do something to really do something that gives back to the collective energies as well, while remaining grounded and centered in your own individuality. But I really feel like you are reaping what you sow in the best possible way, perhaps after a more challenging time as well. And we have the 7 of Swords here, and this card is often about a lack of honesty, and this card can also be about betrayal or certain situations that, like I said, they're it can often represent dishonesty, betrayal, or some kind of lie. And I kind of see this as maybe in the past you have not necessarily been honest with yourself about how much strength and how much power you have. I think in a lot of ways maybe you've sold yourself short, or you surrounded yourself with these energies or people or relationships that weren't weren't in alignment with your highest good. And I think maybe in a lot of ways you held yourself back, and maybe you deceived yourself in in thinking that you weren't capable of creating this dream for your life and creating and manifesting this beautiful and radiant future for yourself. And maybe you felt like you weren't unworthy. Maybe you felt like you were unworthy of having healthy relationships. Maybe you felt like in the past that it was the best that it could be, and that it that it was all that you could ever hope for, if that makes any sense. I think that you are also, or you were also, at a point where it was extremely essential for you to have firm and solid boundaries to in order to make it so that you were treated with respect and dignity. And I think that it's very possible that that meant walking away. It meant walking away, and it meant it meant coming back to that sense of truth, of justice, and really doing what needed to be done in order to have more honesty and more truth and a greater level of trust as well. Trust and balance in your life. And I think that the truth is really, it's coming into illumination, that the truth is being illuminated, and the light is really being the light is really shining on what hasn't been in alignment, where have you not been fully honest with yourself about what it is that you truly deserve. Where have you been kind of selling yourself short in a lot of ways, or holding yourself back and keeping yourself small? I think that this card is really revealing that it's time to be honest, it's time to be clear, and it's time to kind of, cut through the BS, and to stop overthinking, to stop second guessing yourself about what it is that you really can create in this life, that you have so much potential, that you have so much creativity and passion and beautiful radiant light to give the world. And also that the right kind of people want to hold you, want to celebrate you, want to honor you and support you in the most healthy and beautiful possible way. But I think it's time to stop to stop betraying yourself, and to stop self-sabotaging, and really having that hope and that faith and that trust that you are on the right path, and that with the right mindset and with the right energetic surroundings, that ultimately you will come back to that truth and that clarity, and and know that you can be honest with yourself. Also know that you can be honest with others as well, not feeling like you have to hold yourself back or censor yourself, knowing that the right people are going to hear your message, or and most likely are going to resonate with it as well. But ultimately at the end of the day, it's important to protect your own energy, and to just have that honesty, that clarity, and that truth within yourself. And then we also have the high priestess here as well. And I think that you're very deeply in tune with your intuition, with the higher realms of existence. And I think that you're very much connected to spirit and to the cosmos as well. I think that you're learning to trust the inner and the outer cycles of your life, kind of learning to go with the ebb and the flow, and to, like I said, to trust that intuition and to really tune into your emotions as well. And this card can often be about your sacred divine feminine energies, fertility, and just just being aligned and attuned to that higher path of being and that higher vibrational state. Oftentimes, this card can represent being involved in some kind of esoteric practice, maybe studying a spiritual path, or just doing some work within the intuitive and spiritual realms. I think that you have a very special gift, and I think it's interesting also. This card, the High Priestess card, also came out within the group ones reading as well. So I don't know, you could have possibly felt drawn to that group also. But anyway, I think that you are very divinely guided, very spiritually gifted, and very intuitive. And I think it's time to, like I said, to cut through the BS, to stop second guessing yourself, to stop doubting yourself and deceiving yourself into thinking that that you don't have what it takes in order to create the life that you want, but trusting that divine guidance, trusting that intuition, and knowing that you have all the tools available for you. And as long as you are acting from a place of truth and self-honesty, self-respect, and you doing what it takes in order to leave the past behind, leave behind what hasn't served you, and coming into a place of greater self-love, and also, like I said, balancing masculine and feminine energies and allowing yourself to be held and to be nourished as well, and to come back to that place of truth and honesty, and just embodying your strength and power, following your passion, following your dreams. I think that ultimately it's going to result in the best possible outcome for you. I think that things are going to be even better than you could possibly imagine. But I feel like maybe there is a bit of inner conflict, inner turmoil, or some kind of challenging situation that you are currently leaving behind, or in the process of closing out a difficult chapter in your life. But I think you're coming to that point where things are beginning to improve significantly, and you are returning to that sense of inspired action, and that confidence in that belief in yourself to grow and expand even further. So I'm going to go ahead and get some Moonology cards here as well to give us a little bit more information about what you're reclaiming in this lifetime. Okay. So we have the first quarter moon in Aquarius, trust the universe. And we also have first quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. So this is very interesting. So I want to make sure you can see these. Okay, I'm going to adjust this a little bit. Okay, so with the first quarter moon, I think it's interesting how we both have these. We have these two first quarter moons. I did also just want to say that you may possibly have astrological placements within the signs of Aquarius or Pisces. But if not, that's completely okay. Just take this reading as it resonates with you, obviously. But with the first quarter moon, this is a time of the energy building and momentum after putting your intentions out into the universe. This is a time of things beginning to gradually come to light, gradually come into illumination. and just building in intensity and momentum as you slowly consciously and deliberately work towards manifesting those intentions. And the sign of Aquarius, this is all about following your own vision, about standing out from the crowd, and about being a sovereign and unique individual, being connected, being an individual, and also being connected to the collective consciousness as well, the collective consciousness and dimensions beyond this realm. I feel that both of these signs here, Aquarius and Pisces, are both very spiritually connected and very interdimensionally influenced and guided, if that makes any sense. But anyway, with this first quarter moon in Aquarius, it asks you to trust the universe. So I feel that both of these cards here are very much connected to the energy of the High Priestess as well, and also the Page of Wands. But I feel that these are even more so connected to that High Priestess energy, trusting the universe, trusting the divine, trusting that things are working out for you in the best possible way, even if it hasn't always been easy. And with this reading, I feel that there is a bit of contrast here, that there is quite a bit of duality, especially with this Lovers and Justice energy here. But I feel that this is a time where that you are beginning to really release and to maybe let go, and to know that it's time to leave the past behind, and to really enter into this new beautiful chapter for yourself and your life, and knowing that you can follow your passion, follow your creativity, and really trust this divine guidance and your intuitive abilities, as well as you really explore and work on that that energy of expansion within yourself, and knowing that things aren't necessarily going to happen overnight, but it's still going to pay off for you in the best possible way if you remain persistent and devoted to yourself, and you remain confident and allow your inspiration to guide you, your intuition and your inspiration. And we also have this first quarter moon in Pisces. So as this energy is building in momentum and coming into illumination, the sign of Pisces is all about that. It's all about that connection to spirit. It's all about your creative connection to something greater, to really allow yourself to surrender to the unknown, to the divine, and to allow that love and that beauty to really wash over you, and to allow yourself to feel held and embraced in the overall greater cosmic collective energies, if that makes any sense. And also being in touch with your emotions, being in touch with your intuition as well, and honoring your feelings, trusting the universe, and honoring whatever it is that you feel as you confront some of the darker aspects of your own inner world, maybe that self-sabotaging tendencies, or not being completely honest with yourself about something, or maybe allowing some kind of situation to persist in your life where you feel that your boundaries are being violated, where maybe someone else isn't necessarily being honest with you, but it's time to really come back to a place of truth and justice, and knowing that there are karmic results in this universe. And I'm not saying that to make it sound like there's going to be some kind of harsh consequence or punishment, but I'm just saying that it's important to come back to that centered, grounded point of clarity, of truth, and balancing the duality within yourself and externally as well. But I think this is very much speaking to honoring those feelings, honoring those intense feelings, and maybe that feeling of sadness if you've had to walk away from something that maybe you didn't necessarily want to leave behind. But I think part of you is very much ready for this new chapter, and ready to come back to that place of self-love, of trust, and of that inner sense of knowing that everything is going to be okay, and that you have everything that it takes in order to manifest this dream for your life, and that you always have that divine connection, and that divine assistance available for you whenever you want to tune into it and tap into it. And yeah, that it's always going to be there for you, and that you can cry if you need to, and that you can allow your, just because something, what am I trying to say? Just because it it was in your best interest to maybe leave the situation behind, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy, and that you need to also give yourself time to grieve, time to feel those feelings, and time to really allow yourself to move through it, and to let yourself be energetically cleansed as well. But yeah, I think this is ultimately going to be a very beautiful and very powerful experience of release and of expansion, really trusting, and letting go, and really surrendering to that higher power, that higher energy, and knowing that you have everything that it takes to move through this with passion, and that I think that you're going to create a beautiful new beginning for yourself in a lot of ways. And I think that this is also very much going to involve some kind of love in your life as well, whether that be self-love, romantic love, or platonic love. And just balancing duality, balancing the masculine and feminine, the internal, the external. I think that you're kind of figuring things out and coming into a new state of awareness in a lot of ways. So I'm going to go ahead and get some cards from our Woodland Warden's deck. See what wants to come out here. Okay, so we have the Bat and Hellebore, Intuition, and the Finch and Peach, Romance. Very, very interesting. Okay, so for these, I'm going to read the description from the book here, because I think they really help explain the energy in a little bit more detail. Okay, so we have Intuition, the Bat in Hellebore. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Bats are guardians of the night, representing dreams, visions, and the subconscious. They show us how to access our mystical side. Hellebore is an unusual flower. Blooming in the winter with downturned sepals, it resembles a cup being poured out, a symbol of emotional candor. Together, the Bat and Hellebore tell us to trust our intuition. Your instincts can be relied on. Curl inward like the Hellebore, and as the blind bat trusts its hearing, trust your intuition to guide you. How can I learn to trust my gut? Do I need to analyze a problem, or is the answer more immediate and instinctual? So I think this is very interesting, and I kind of tie this energy back to the idea of both trusting the universe, trusting that things are really coming to the process of illuminating, and they really are beginning to manifest. And I think you're beginning to manifest that self-trust, and that higher guidance, that divine connection. And I mean, you've always been intuitive and divinely connected, but I think you're beginning to come to a point of further cultivating that and strengthening that a little bit more. And I think it's also very much connected to this idea and this archetype of the high priestess as well, trusting that intuition, trusting that divine guidance, trusting the cyclical nature of life as well, and really going with the ebbs and the flows, and really knowing that you can trust yourself, that you can follow that passion, that you can do what you know needs to be done. Okay, and then we also have the finch and the peach, romance. Love is in the air when the finch and peach appears. The peach, a sweetly scented, heart-shaped fruit, has long been associated with fertility, sexuality, and love. And the lively finch symbolizes exuberance, enthusiasm, and excitement. Your vibrancy and charm have led to a blossoming romance. Be open and accepting of new love's many delights. How do I show others I love them? Do I feel safe and supported enough to be open to new love? So I think this is extremely interesting, and what a synchronicity too, because of course we have the lovers here as well. So I really feel that perhaps you've left behind maybe a previous relationship that maybe was a bit more detrimental or toxic in a lot of ways. And I think you're really learning how to trust in love again, to trust yourself again, learning that you can be honest learning to be honest with yourself about your own inner needs, your own inner desires of your sacred sensuality and your connection with those powers and influences within yourself. And yeah, just trusting that you don't necessarily always have to overthink everything, and it's okay to be knowing that it's okay to be vulnerable also, and that there is going to be love available for you. And this doesn't always necessarily have to mean an external relationship. This could be, cultivating and strengthening your own self-love in a lot of ways. But this is going to resonate and be different for everyone's unique situation, obviously. But I really feel that there is a lot of powerful romantic energy here, a lot of passion, a lot of sensuality, and I think this is very beautiful. And I think that perhaps you may be in the process of manifesting a new beautiful relationship, marriage, or divine union in some kind of way. But to remain open to that, to allow yourself to hold that strong foundation and stability within the relationship, and to also remain open, perceptive, and fluid as well. So we're going to go ahead and finish this reading with a few cards from our Work Your Light Oracle, and I'm also going to read the description for these as well to get a little bit more further insight. So we're going to see what you're reclaiming in this lifetime. Okay. So the cards that we have here are no, wait, postpone, say no. And who or what is triggering you? Mirror who or what is triggering you. So we're going to see if you can see these here. Okay. So with this one, the no card, I think it doesn't really need much explanation, but we're just going to see what this book says also. Okay. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. You're being called to either pause or say no. Saying yes to something that is in alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for a congruent, aligned 100% yes. Often, when we are looking for guidance to make a decision, it can be frustrating not to move into clear and considered action. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually guidance in itself. We all go through times known as waiting periods. These times are crucial for our body to regenerate the new path to formulate and the universe to begin creating things on our behalf. You don't need to be plowing forward all the time to move forward. A potent congruent yes, when the time is right, will put you ahead leaps and bounds. Don't force things now. Just because it seems like the only option, take a breather and wait. The waiting is actually very productive. For when the time for movement comes, you will be ready to dive right in. Use this time to regenerate and ponder what you truly want. Consider the options. If the options are not clear, don't fear because this time is a gift. Use it to tend to your garden and take a rest. To take a moment from your busy life to clear the decks and prepare for the time in the future. For come spring, clarity will bloom and you will have the reserves, space, and drive to say yes, and act and move quickly. Say no, postpone and wait. Okay, so this is very interesting. So I feel that if you're in the process of if you feel like you have to make some kind of rushed or like you feel like you might be rushed to make a decision, or you feel that you're kind of in a time crunch in a certain way to if you feel like you're being rushed into making a decision, basically, I feel that this is a time to really to take a pause, to take a step back, and to really take a moment to come back to center and allow the universe to kind of work things out on its own time. And I know this isn't necessarily what everyone wants to hear, but this isn't necessarily saying that you have to say no to everything. I think this is possibly just saying that it's time to kind of take a step back. It's time to really take a moment to pause and reflect, and to really allow things to work in their own divine timing, to not force anything, basically. And there probably are going to be many things that you want to say yes to, and this isn't saying that you have to say no to something that you've really been wanting, that you've really been working towards and manifesting. But I think this is specifically referring to something that you feel kind of rushed into, or maybe, for instance, you're looking for a new place to live. Maybe you're thinking about moving to a new home soon, and you found something you found something that you really like, but there are some things about it that aren't necessarily fully aligned with the home that you are wanting to manifest, or the place that you are wanting to live in, or maybe with a new job. Maybe you feel that you found something, but it doesn't necessarily completely resonate with you or fulfill all the criteria that you've been wanting. I feel that this is really a time just to be patient, to wait, and to be okay with uncertainty, and to know that things are going to work out in the best possible way, and that things are going to kind of happen on their own time, and that the universe always has a way of working things out, and to not feel rushed, to not feel impatient. I mean, it's okay to feel impatient, but to know that it's okay to say no, and that it's okay to take your time, and to really that it's okay to wait, and that the decisions that you make should come from a strong and grounded and deliberate place, not to feel that like you're being forced or rushed into something that you're not ready for, and to know that if something doesn't feel quite right, that it's okay to say no. It's okay to wait for a better opportunity to present itself, because I know that it definitely will. And it's just a time to come back to that, to follow that intuition, to trust the universe, to trust yourself, and to know that you are going to create this beautiful life for yourself, and that you are still in the process of figuring things out, of growing and expanding, and following that passion. And it's okay to slow down. It's okay to take a step back, and to really reflect, and to be very honest with yourself, also not to let any kind of illusions or self-sabotage take this opportunity and kind of run with it away from you, if that makes any sense. But to come back to center, to come back to come back to that balanced place, and to know that you are ultimately creating your own reality, and that it's okay to take a break, and also that saying no to something doesn't always mean saying no to everything as well. Okay, now for our final card, we have Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So let's see what this is all about. Okay, Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? The filter of our own experience, how we experience life 90% of the time, through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it's an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back to us what we believe to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering in you and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? Could they be opportunities to heal something in you, or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? This goes for the good and the bad. The good, those who we admire and put on a pedestal. If we do not realize that we are attracted to them because we are like them, we will need to cut them down in order to rise to their level. The bad, those we despise, are envious of, and put down. If we do not realize that they trigger something in us, then it is still yet to be healed, and we will remain hurt and wounded ourselves. Who or what is triggering you? What is it in you that they are triggering? What part of you longs to be witnessed? So I think this is really interesting. And I also think it's interesting as well how this High Priestess card, this card came out in the first group within the reading. And then this card actually came out in the second group. So I don't know if you might have felt drawn to either one of those groups as well. But anyway, I think this is really asking you to be very honest with yourself about how you speak to yourself, and about how you analyze yourself in relation to others. And these mirrors, our relationship with others, they can definitely be mirrors, and they can also represent the duality of our own inner nature and within our relationships. And I think this is coming back to center. This is a rebalancing moment, and taking an honest loving look at the way that you may have been showing up for yourself or showing up within relationships, and not allowing any kind of self-doubt or a lack of self-trust to keep you from showing up in your own power and your own strength, and to not compare yourself to others. Also remembering that everyone is on their own unique journey, and to remember that you have that beautiful divine spiritual connection within you, and you can always trust spirit. You can always trust your own inner divine guidance, and trust the universe, and honor those feelings. Honor those feelings of when those triggering moments occur. What is it that is trying to come into your awareness by whatever the situation is, whatever the relationship may be calling you to address? And I think this is, and also I kind of feel like our relationships can also be mirrors. Like I was saying, they can be mirrors for us in a lot of ways, and be a wonderful and beautiful opportunity for us to really see our own shadows, and to really see where we may have a lot of fear, or where we find that it's hard to be honest with ourselves, and to be honest with others about what is really going on under the surface. And yeah, I think this is an opportunity to really to trust our intuition, and to trust that we are loved, and to trust that there are many others who want to uplift us and who want to help who really want us to be happy, to be fulfilled, and to stand in our power, and who won't feel threatened by our own light, who we can we can acknowledge and celebrate the light of others, and um, still shine our own light as well. Like, it's like they always say how the sky would be pretty dark if there was only one star. We're all here to shine together uniquely and brilliantly in our own type of way. And I think this is really asking you to stop comparing yourself, to stop maybe to stop feeling rushed, to feel like you have to do everything all at once, and that it's okay to take a step back. And if you're still moving through this process of letting something go and figuring things out, if you're still in the process of really learning to trust your intuition, of trusting your higher guidance and the universe and spirit, I think this is and also trusting that you are worthy of love, that you are worthy of being treated with respect and dignity and compassion, and that you have a beautiful, unique gift to share, that you have so much creative potential and so much passion and enthusiasm, I feel, and that you're still kind of coming into your own, and you're still growing and expanding this within yourself in a lot of ways. But yeah, I think this is just a time to really be honest and self-reflective, and to stop comparing, and to stop judging yourself, stop sabotaging yourself, or lying to yourself in some kind of way. So I'm going to end your reading here, group 3. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here. It was an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. And if this reading resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Also, if this reading touched you in any way, please consider maybe leaving a tip if you feel called to. It's something that is never expected, but always very much appreciated. And you can find in the description how to do that as well. But I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much.